Hey everybody, I'm Dina Proctor, creator of 3x3 Meditation and author of Madly Chasing Peace. Today's topic is what to do or how to reframe it or how to handle it when what you've been wanting for so long just isn't happening. It feels like you are using your meditations and getting yourself into the place inside and outside to be able to open your arms and receive or the guidance or what it is that you're looking for to just flow into your life easily, which is really how it's supposed to work when we're in that flow. And so it can feel like we are stuck for a long time when things aren't happening and things aren't coming through for us. And so one of the things, I have a little analogy that I like to think of when I'm feeling stuck or like things aren't moving or that feeling of like, oh, how am I getting this wrong? I know how to do this and it's not moving for me. The analogy is kind of like when you're traveling, right? So say that you're in California and you want to go to New York. So it's a simple calculated flight that you can take or drive that you can take to get here. So say you're at the airport and you're intending to land in New York and you accidentally get on a plane and end up in Australia. Like, whoops, I didn't mean to end up in Australia, but here I am. And so what am I going to do? I'm a little bit further away from where I needed to be, but I'm still only a flight or two away from where I would need to go in New York. And so you get on another plane and then you accidentally end up on a plane that went to Antarctica, right? So you end up in Antarctica and you're thinking to yourself like, oh, what's wrong with me? How did I end up here? I didn't want to get here. I want to be in New York. Get me there. How am I going to get out of here? And there's not as many, there's not as many flights going from that place. And there's not so many boats coming out of Antarctica to be able to get out of there, right? So it feels like sometimes we can take so many flights and so many wrong turns and so many mistakes in where we want to go. But wherever we end up, no matter where you are on the planet, you are only a flight or a car ride or a walk or a boat ride away from where you want to be. It really is that simple. No matter what corner of the universe, the corner of the earth you want to be on, and you're on the absolute opposite kind of area of the world than where you want to be, you can find a way to get from anywhere on this planet to anywhere else on this planet. It is possible. It is absolutely possible to be able to do that. So when we're feeling stuck, what we need to remember is that it doesn't matter how long I've felt like I've been stuck. It doesn't matter how many wrong turns I've taken. I can show up at the airport tomorrow and get a flight to where I want to be. And there's not going to be a lot of questions. You know, when you go to get a flight, people aren't going to say, ooh, you've lived on Antarctica for 20 years. I'm not sure we have flights for people that have been there that long to get to New York. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how long you've been, where you are in order to get where you want to be. It doesn't matter any of that stuff. There's always a path. There's always a path. And the guidance that's coming forth is constant. You know, it's not that guidance isn't being given. It's not that the inner voice isn't speaking. It's not that God isn't transmitting wisdom about where to go or what steps to take. It's that we just are so busy in our minds, we can't receive it. It's like trying to hear a whisper at a rock concert, you know? We've got to train ourselves to get into that place where we can actually hear it and see, you know, be able to intuit where that guidance is getting us. So really important, you know, and let go of being mad at yourself if you felt like you've been stuck for so long, because that part of being mad at ourselves is actually getting in the way too. It gets in the way when we're mad at ourselves because that source and that God and that intuitive wisdom is not mad at us. It's not mad. It's just constantly streaming this, you know, you're going to the airport. What flight do you want? What flight do you want? Doesn't matter how long you've been here. It doesn't matter how many flights you've taken to get where you are. I know how to get you from this airport to where you want to be. So I can help you with that. That's how the guidance comes forth. It understands where we are and understands exactly how to get where we want to be. And as soon as we can let go of being mad at ourselves and kind of find space around that place being stuck, we'll start to see that things start moving. So just something that really helps me when I feel stuck. So I hope that this was helpful for you. It's really helpful for me. And thank you so much for tuning in. Take what resonates with you. And if anything doesn't, just gently leave that behind and stay around the space, because I will have more again for you soon.